You don't need to study stock charts, you don't need to spend hours researching companies, and you definitely don't need thousands of pounds to start investing. In fact, the easiest way to build wealth is surprisingly lazy. 7 years ago, I was £27,000 in debt. Today, I've built a six-figure investment portfolio using one simple, boring investing strategy. And in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how it works. But first, here's why I almost never discovered it. When I was £27,000 in debt, I wasn't thinking about investing. I was just trying to get through each month. Then I was made redundant, and overnight my income disappeared. I had no savings to fall back on. I remember sitting there thinking, how did I end up here? That moment completely changed how I thought about money. I realized I couldn't rely on one paycheck forever. I needed my money to start working for me. So I decided I needed to start investing. The problem was I had absolutely no idea where to begin. So I did what most beginners do. I watched YouTube videos, read books, listened to podcasts. But instead of feeling more confident, I felt more confused. Every expert seemed to have a different opinion. Looking back, I was just procrastinating because I was so scared of making the wrong decision. Eventually, I stopped chasing the perfect strategy and just started. And what surprised me the most was this: investing wasn't exciting at all. Every month, I simply invested into one broad market index fund and then I left it alone. That's it. Which probably raises the next obvious question: what exactly is an index fund? If it sounds complicated, I promise it really isn't. An index fund is simply a basket of hundreds of companies bundled into one investment. For example, the S&P 500 tracks 500 of the largest companies in America, companies like Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Google. So instead of trying to guess which one will perform best, you own a small piece of all of them. Think about it like this. Buying one stock is putting all of your money on one horse. An index fund is owning the entire racetrack. You don't need to predict which horse wins because whichever horse crosses the finish line, you still benefit. And that's exactly what makes this strategy so simple. You're not trying to outsmart the market, you're simply owning it. And that's exactly why millions of long-term investors choose this approach. It's simple, diversified, and designed to grow with the market over time. Now at this point, you might be thinking, surely investing can't really be this simple, but I'll show you why doing more doesn't always make you a better investor. When I first started investing, I thought being successful meant picking the hottest stock. At the time, it was Tesla. So I bought it and was like, okay, I'm finally in the game. But things changed very quickly. Every Elon tweet moved the stock price. One day I was up, the next I was down. I found myself constantly checking my phone whether I should buy, sell, or wait. Eventually, I sold at a loss and I felt so defeated. That's when I realized I wasn't investing. I was letting my emotions control my decisions. Here's the thing. The goal isn't to outsmart the market. The goal is to own the market. That's why I became what I like to call a lazy investor. But lazy investing doesn't mean doing nothing. It's about making a few smart decisions once instead of hundreds of emotional decisions later. And honestly, the biggest benefit wasn't even the returns. It was the peace of mind. I stopped checking my investments every day and started getting on with my life. So at this point, you're probably thinking, so why does lazy investing actually work? Let me show you what I mean. Imagine Leah invests £1,000 into one company because everyone online says it's going to be the next big thing. A few months later, the company gets caught in a scandal. The stock falls 40%. Leah panics, she sells, and decides investing just isn't for her. Now compare that to Keisha. She invests in one low-cost index fund instead. One company inside the fund performs badly, but hundreds of others keep doing their thing. Her portfolio barely notices. So instead of constantly worrying about one company, she quietly keeps investing every month. Who do you think is more likely to keep building wealth over the next 20 years? Probably Keisha, right? Not because she's smarter, she's simply using lazy investing. She made one smart choice and will keep repeating it long term. Now, if you're watching this thinking, I don't have a lot to invest, or maybe it's too late for me to start building wealth, let me show you some quick maths. Let's say you invested £500 every month. After 12 years, assuming an average annual return of 8%, that could grow into more than £100,000. Not because you found the next Nvidia, not because you timed the market, but because you stayed invested. So how does that actually happen? Well, at first, to be honest, it won't feel exciting because after a couple of years, most of your investment account would still be made up of your own contributions. And that's exactly why so many people quit. They think this isn't working. But if you keep going, something amazing starts happening. Your investments begin earning returns. Those returns start earning returns too. That's compound growth. And that's when time starts doing more of the work than you do. Now you might be thinking, okay, I'm sold. But what if the market crashes? Honestly, it probably will. At some point, markets have always gone through periods of uncertainty. There was the financial crisis in 2008, COVID, inflation. None of that is unusual. The unusual part would be expecting markets to go up in a perfectly straight line. The problem is, nobody knows when those ups and downs are going to happen, which means trying to perfectly time the market is really difficult. That's why I'd rather spend my energy staying invested than trying to predict something nobody can consistently predict. Because if you're investing for 20 or 30 years, today's headlines become tiny bumps on a much bigger journey. So if I was starting again today, here's exactly what I'd do. First, I'd build an emergency fund because investing feels much easier when you know you won't need to sell your investments to pay an unexpected bill. Next, I'd open a brokerage account. Think of this like a bank account, but instead of holding cash, it holds your investments. Then I'd use a tax advantage account. That's a stocks and shares ISA if you're in the UK or a Roth IRA if you're in the US. After that, I'll choose one simple broad market index fund, not 10, just one. I personally started with the S&P 500 index fund because it's beginner friendly and has a strong track record. Then comes the hardest part, start. Even if you don't feel ready, confidence didn't come first, it came after I started. And this is important, the amount matters less than the consistency. When I started, I was investing £250 a month because that's all I could afford. But over time, that consistency compounded into a 6-figure portfolio. And that's the part people underestimate. Small amounts invested consistently can completely change your financial future. That's my lazy investing system. Calm investing, not emotional investing. Now, if even choosing an index fund feels overwhelming, robo-advisors are another great option. You simply answer a few questions, choose how much you'd like to invest, and they manage everything for you. Personally, I prefer investing myself because I enjoy understanding what I'm investing in. But the best strategy will always be the one you stick with. But before you start investing, here are 3 things I really wish someone had told me when I first started. These are the habits that stop you panicking, overthinking, and giving up halfway through. Rule number 1. Automation is your best friend. I'd automate my investments every month. And here's the laziest part of the whole strategy. After you set it up, leave it alone. Seriously, there's no need to check it every day. Go and enjoy your life and let your money grow in the background. Rule number 2, ignore the noise. There'll be headlines and fluctuations, but markets going up and down aren't saying something's wrong. They're just part of investing. Rule number 3, invest consistently, not perfectly. You don't need huge amounts, you don't need perfect timing. You just need to keep showing up because consistency is where almost all the results come from. Looking back, the biggest thing that changed wasn't my investment strategy, it was my mindset. I stopped trying to predict the future or outsmart the market. Instead, I built a simple system, automated it, and let time do the heavy lifting. That's why I call it lazy investing. You make a few smart decisions once and you let them work for you. And honestly, that's exactly how I think wealth should feel. Quiet, boring, almost effortless. Sometimes simple really is better. I'd love to know, if you haven't started investing yet, what's the one thing holding you back? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're thinking, okay, I want to start investing, but what do I actually need to know first? Watch this video next. I'll show you the 5 things I'd wish I'd known before I started investing and the mistakes I'd avoid if I was starting again today. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more content on building wealth on a normal salary. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.